Jai Shri Mataji. Good morning, everyone. Let's all bow down, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. Shri Ganesh Mantra. In this meditative state, We will now hear Shri Mataji's speech.
And why they don't want to know is the second inquiry we should come up to. The other day we had dinner with some very big leaders of your country, labor leaders and conservative leaders and all that. And I was surprised that they were amazed when I told them I'm a happy person. They said, we are not. How can you be happy? I said, I'm not only happy, but I live in joy. They said, how can that be? We don't know what joy is. So I said, would you like to know? They said, no. They also told me, in this country we don't discuss religion. I said, it's no question of religion, I'm just talking about joy. No. And now what they were discussing among themselves, I must say, was something, I don't know how to an intelligent man this gossip business and this and that, all sorts of things they were discussing, which had no relationship to their status or to their position in life or to anything whatsoever. I was wondering, how are these great people, when you reach near them, you find they are so small, so mundane. There's no subtlety in them. They don't want to know about it, perhaps because they're frightened. They are frightened to know that there is something higher than that. And this fear comes from ignorance, complete ignorance, because that is the area of full joy, complete bliss and peace. All the nations have to rise to that, so that there is no fear, there is no war. The war is because we are not integrated people. Individually we are not integrated. Like we'll eat the food which doesn't suit our body. We'll desire for something which doesn't suit our mind. We are so disintegrated. We live in 7 personalities, fight with each other. And when these 7 personalities get together, we have collective fighting going on. So the confusion comes from within and from without. And in this confusion only, I think human beings must seek. Now the stage has come where I have to tell people, please seek, for heaven's sake, seek God. Christ has said that. But people don't understand. They stand on the pulpit and read out that Christ has said you must seek, and you have to have your second birth. After that, a big lecture follows, finished. These things are of very vital importance today. If they are neglected, nations after nations will be destroyed. Nations after nations. It's definite. The time is so short, that's why realization has to be quick. We cannot postpone it tomorrow. I can do the same trick. Christine wrote to me, Mother, we should never give realization on the first. If you give on the first day, they'll never turn up second day. You tell them today it's very difficult. Then next day when they come, you just raise Kundalini up to 1 chakra and keep it hanging there. Keep them hanging. Never give them realization. Then reach the last stage when you are sure that they are the seekers. Otherwise it is like throwing pearls before the swines. This exactly she has written to me. Of course I can't do it, because I see the emergency, I see what's going to happen. so many will be thrown away from the grace of God. So we have to work it out. Because those today who are refusing will come to me, I know, at a very later stage when it will not work out. The clicking of the mass realization will only work out if the seeking on your part is also of that magnitude. Otherwise, if there is a light and kept under the table, how can it spread? You have to be prepared to get the masses. But how is the problem? The people in charge of all communications on this worldly life, I don't know what they are seeking. They discuss all other nonsensical things, but they don't want to talk about Sahaja Yoga. And the whole problem with me is, I can't understand human beings on that level. I just can't understand. How can they postpone it when they know it is evident, it is coming, it's going to work out on them, and they are going to face the greatest difficulties very soon. It's going to work out through their children, through their families, through societies, through nations. And this universal understanding has to become a collective understanding. Then only what the divine power is doing on its part will work out. Otherwise it is useless. You cannot blame God for that. It's nice to blame God for everything. What about thinking about yourselves, what you are up to? It's true, Kundalini awakening is a very difficult thing. It's not easy to awaken Kundalini, no doubt. One had to work for days together, for years together. They said even lives together. They had to go on cleansing themselves and then clearing out themselves. For years and years and years, and then the Guru would raise your Kundalini, is a fact. But today the emergency has come, and the divine power understands that this emergency is there. People have to get realization. That is how they are placed in a very precarious way. I do not know when people in charge of human beings will realize they're supposed to be in charge. But up to what point? Up to what point? They have to realize that if they do not accept their evolution, all those who are following them up and thinking them to be their leaders and ideals are blocked by their nonsensical lives that they are leading. It's hard, because as it is, to be leaders means you must have big egos. And they don't think there is anything like God also. Just they have used God because by that they can impress people. But there is no real understanding about God's ways. As it is, Sahaja Yoga is doing a lot of work in this country. I can see that. And the people have got are really beautiful people. They have become dynamic now. They are wonderful. But I must say we are very few compared to the population of this place and compared to the importance of England, which is the heart of the universe. We have to have many more, and not only that, but we have to have much deeper Sahajogis. We'll go deep into themselves and who spread out and get more people to Sahaja. I don't want to talk about Kundalini again. Every time I have been repeating about it. You've got the books, you can see the new people who have come. Today I think there are very few new people. But those who are there should come in front without any fears or reservation. One should not feel bad if we say you come forward. There is no show going on here. If you have come here for your realization, you must come forward and get your realization. It's not another kind of a lecture that is going on. See, we do not ask you to pay any money or anything. Because you are deserving cases, because you want your realization. Like sensible people, you must get your realization. Now you may say that we have come just to see and we have gone away. This is an ego trip, I personally think. There is no spy work going on here. Have you come to spy here? Why have you come? Are you from the newspaper? We have nothing to do with newspapers either. If you have come for your realization, you should come and get it. It's a simple thing. If you just want to sit here, you disturb the vibrations of other people. You do not know that. A person who doesn't want realization is no good for us. And is troublesome and it irritates the good vibrations that are here. The deities don't like that. So I would request you not to feel afraid of it. There's nothing to be afraid. There's nothing to be angry. And don't get into any ego trips. Just get your realization. That is very important. For which you cannot pay. But that doesn't give you a right to assert yourself the way you want to. You have to little bit understand that this is a place, not a Caxton Hall, but is a temple where you have to get the blessings. If you don't want to have it, it's an insult. So you better go. If you are here for not having it, it's better not to come. It's better not to insult. At least you should be so kind as not to insult. There is a way, of course, of telling people also, because you must know that people don't like it if you tell them like that. But you have come here for your realization and for nothing else. It is my ardent desire, has been, that the whole of this country should become realized. Because I think it is one of the leading countries. It can change lots of things, but it is too much to expect, I believe now. I've spent 8 years. From my experience, I feel that this country has lost its moorings. It has lost its depth. It runs after things which are very superficial. They were known for their scholarship, for going into the details of the things, to finding out about rights and wrongs. And today, I find the whole thing has become nothing but a matter of discussion and talking and showing off. There is no heart in it. This is the heart. And if the heart fails, the whole universe is going to suffer. To work it out, we have tried everything. We have, whatever people said, I have accepted. If they said, Mother, you have to advertise, I said, advertise, do what you like, the way you want to do it, you can do it. We have tried everything. But also, as I said, it can go to an extent. It has its own maryadas, its own boundaries. Then it recedes. If you have any questions, please ask me. Today I am in a preparation mood, because if you know, there's a big event coming. And That was such a big event on this earth. I don't know how people have forgotten everything and just the crucifixion has become a symbol of showing off. It's very sad. It's a very sad thing. If you have any questions, please ask me. Ask some questions. Is there someone asking? Who is that? Did you hear him? Come here, please, come forward. Yes, he is. Sit down, I'll tell you, all right? No, you sit. I know the question, you sit down, I'll tell you. You see, this question has been asked many a times. That once you feel the cool breeze, are you a realized soul? Once you are born as a human being, you are a human being, isn't it? Then you don't become an animal. But you can. If you again go and live with other animals, you can. Supposing a human being becomes gets friendly, say with monkeys, he'll start behaving like monkeys. But if he lives with human beings and develops himself and matures himself, then he becomes a good, matured human being. For a human being to be all right, he has to learn the ways and methods of the sustenance of his human qualities. Every human being who walks about is not a human being according to me. Some of them are monkeys, some are donkeys. Yes, to me they look like that. Without their outer appearances, the way they talk, the way they behave, the way they are, and some of them are like, we can say, jackals and things like that. Some are so aggressive and some are so secretive, just like scorpions and like other animals which just crawl up from some hole, they'll appear. See, all these things are so dominantly there that though they have got the human form, that past is still so dominantly there that you see nothing but a snake coming out from somewhere just hissing at you. So when you touch it, what do you touch? You touch this divine power which is surrounding you. That is the cool breeze you are feeling. Just you have touched it now. But your past is so great and you are identified with so many other things and there are so many other problems with you that you have to come out of it completely. Like as I have said, that the egg has to become the bird. Now once the egg is broken, it must be a bird inside, otherwise it won't break. But the bird has to come out of the egg fully, otherwise stuck with all the things that are in the egg. So some of the Sahajogis have been, who just came out and flew, spread their wings beautifully. I have seen that. But some are still sticking on, because some of them think that Sahaja Yoga is here to solve their physical problems or their family problems or their somebody's problems. You see, they're stuck up. I've seen People will bring all the family people who are suffering from cancer if I cure one cancer patient. I mean, a cancer is cured automatically, supposing of somebody. Then he goes and brings, there was in Pune, I gave realization to one fellow and his angina was cured and doctor said you are completely cured. So he got at least 12 people who were suffering from all kinds of diseases. Imagine, he had only 12 patients around. Otherwise he would have taken me to the hospital. And then naturally he loses his vibrations because that's not the way. You are just coming up. You have just touched outside. You are just out of the water. Just breathe once. But that is what is self-realization. Is not self-recognition as yet. It's only self-realization. But recognition comes when you start understanding what this power is, how far you can go with it, what you can do it, how many people you can give realization to. Then you become a Sahajogi. You are not a Sahajogi. I have known some people who are born self-realized, good for nothing, absolutely useless people. They feel my vibrations without. Just soon as they enter inside the room, they'll feel my vibrations. So what? They are thoroughly useless people. Now we have decided not to tell anyone that they are born realized because their heads go off. Can you imagine? Even self-realized people have this problem of ego. You have to outgrow. It's just the connection is established with the self. But still the connection is so weak. Alright? That is what it is. You have to grow. But even touching that connection itself was a very difficult thing. Itself was a very difficult thing. But because it was difficult, people used to stick on to it. Because it is easy today, they just take it for granted. But one has to do it fast, that's all. I can't help it. I know it has a reaction. But I have known people who got realization. They just said, that's it. Finished. It's like you are standing in the water and there are waves and you are frightened of the waves. But somebody is dragging you onto a boat. Not in the boat yet. You have touched the boat. You are just coming up. But you want to live with the crocodile as well. So the thing is going on. One foot in the crocodile's mouth and one hand on the boat. But some just jump into it and then they see the waves. They are not bothered. These are waves after all. We are in the boat. Alright? So it depends on the quality of a seeker very much. Because the quality is now to be improved after self-realization. It doesn't matter whatever is the quality, you shouldn't mind. Whatever is the quality can be improved. No problem. Alright? May God bless you. Are you alright now or not? So you give up all your personal problems. Forget about them. You are so much shocked because you have come from an Indian family. But these problems will never shock English people. Because it's very common and mundane. You come home and you find your wife is disappeared. It's very common. Nothing wrong in it. You see, you are free to do what you like. So you should not be so much shocked about it and worried about anything like that. Alright? If you have come to this country, you must know you have to pay for it. Isn't it? I mean, you may gain something in money, but you may lose your wife or someone, can't say. Yes, that's very true.
महामंत्रास। We thank you, Shri Mataji, for this beautiful collective morning meditation. Let us all bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. We will join again tomorrow at the same time for the collective morning meditation. Jai Shri Mataji.